The talent gap in the NBA has shrunk dramatically this season, and as we approach the All-Star break, it is clear that the postseason berths and honors will be decided in the final few games of the regular season. The Phoenix Suns and the Warriors appear to be the teams to beat in the Western Conference, as they have the two best records in the NBA this year, while the Eastern Conference is stacked with championship contenders. From the top-seeded Miami Heat to the 8th-seeded Brooklyn Nets, every club in the Eastern Conference playoff picture has a legitimate championship case to make, which could result in one of the finest playoff series in history. There's a lot to be thrilled about as we enter the home stretch of the NBA calendar, and every game from here on out will have a different vibe, especially with playoff energy beginning to flood every single arena. Games played in the last month of the regular season have just a distinct feel to them, especially with clubs attempting the last-ditch playoff pushes. While some teams prepare for what might be a lengthy playoff run, others are battling to find their footing and may be sent on a vacation sooner than they intended to at the start of the year. Some teams have clearly underperformed at this point, and while those three clubs have had postseason expectations at the start of the season, they are now moving south at an inopportune time. Up first, we have the Lakers. Many in the league considered the Lakers to be the team to beat in the offseason because they've combined LeBron James and Anthony Davis with Russell Westbrook, the triple-double king. The Lakers are 58 games into the season, have no chemistry on the court, and are currently 27-31, just 4.5 games ahead of the 11th place New Orleans Pelicans in the Western Conference. This squad has not been able to catch a break due to injuries, which has contributed to their demise. But the front office is the primary reason for the Lakers' poor performance this season. The Lakers' Russell Westbrook experiment has failed miserably this season, costing them an upwards of $44 million. With their big three earning a combined of $120 million this season and Talen Horton's contracts being far higher than the market value, the Lakers are currently trapped in luxury tax territory with no way out. This hindered their ability to make important trades at the trade deadline, and they'll continue to be substantially over the luxury tax threshold heading into the upcoming offseason. There is no way for them to get out of Russell Westbrook's contract right now, and with Anthony Davis always injured, the Lakers are in severe difficulty as the season nears its end. All Lakers fans want to see their team compete for a championship, but it appears that the Lakers will follow up their first-round playoff elimination last season by missing the playoffs entirely. In the number 2 spot, we have the Knicks. The Knicks' 2022 season has been a complete disaster, as they are a worse defensive club than they were a season before and continue to lack consistent offensive performance. But they are still within striking distance of making the play-in tournament and salvaging their season. The Knicks are now 25-34, 3.5 games behind the Hawks for the 10 seed in the Eastern Conference, and 2 games behind the Wizards for 11th place. But it would not be simple for the Knicks to turn things around, and they will want assistance from other teams along the way. But New York is still alive and in the running for a play-in tournament position this season. This does not, however, change the reality that they've been a major disappointment this season, especially after earning the 4th seed in the playoffs last year. Even though they've had almost the same roster as last season, the Knicks are worse defensively this season, and their offense is still lacking explosiveness. Julius Randle has stepped up in recent weeks, but only because Derrick Rose and RJ Barrett have been sidelined due to injuries. Assuming both Rose and Randle are able to return to the court, the Knicks are still in postseason picture. But they have a lot to figure out in the offseason, as they're still a long way from being a legitimate title contender. And finally, in the number 3 spot, we have the Nets. While the Nets have won 2 of their last 3 games coming into the All-Star break, the reality is that they had lost 11 straight games before their 2 recent victories, and they should not be overlooked. Durant's absence from the lineup due to a knee strain has undoubtedly contributed to the Nets' slide down the standings this season, but one player will not be able to carry a club in a loaded Eastern Conference this season. Irving will have to remain the number 2 option as he's been his entire career, and Simmons must make an impact on this team sooner rather than later. The Nets took a significant risk by trading Harden, but this trade with the Sixers provided them with the tools they need to potentially make a championship run, as Seth Curry and Andre Drummond will be key pieces to this team's puzzle. Alright guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day. Peace.